Cotton Ketchy has lived in or near the Iredell County town of Mooresville all his life. But he hasn't ever stayed on Main Street in an occupational sense, even though that is where his gallery is located. He's much more likely to be out photographing a landscape or a historical or architecturally significant structure, perhaps also producing a watercolor painting.
In elementary school, I would draw things, and I told my teachers, they'd ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, I want to be an artist. They said, well, you need to learn a trade. You can't make a living as an artist. And it took me years and years and years to finally believe it. But I worked in a grocery store down the street. But when I was a kid, though, I picked cotton and did all this thing that us kids did in the country. And, but I've always just loved to draw. But my dad always said that I would do something besides work for a living, because I wasn't very fond of manual labor. I learned that at an early age, picking cotton. That wasn't not what I wanted to do.
Art did not support Ketchy from the beginning. In fact, he ended up working a retail job at Belk's until his mid-30s.
I started out drawing people's homes in pencil, doing pencil drawings of people's old home places, and I would sell them for $20 framed. I painted my first watercolor, and people wanted to buy it. I just couldn't believe it. And I was still working at Belk's then, and I worked at Belk's 3 more years. And I had an office in there in the men's department. I would hang my pictures up, and people would come in and see them, and that was fun. But the retail business is not known for its high pay. And I knew I had to do something to supplement my income, and that's basically what I did, but when I took up the art part. And then I got into photography. I've got about 55,000 photographs on print. But then I came out with the digital stuff. When they did that, I transformed over into digital photography, where I can do some large format things. And then the photographs have taken off now.
It was probably inevitable that Ketchy would eventually find his way to writing on top of everything else.
I would tell stories about my childhood, about the books, and they said, you ought to write a book. So I wrote a book. And then a lot of people said, you need to write some more of those, so I wrote another book. So there's 2 books out about me growing up here in the rural South, the way it was back in the 50s. And they're very humorous and very honest, and just things we did. What somebody asked me, just, why don't you write a novel? So I did. And I was told to write about what you know. Well, I know about art, and I know about Mooresville, and I know about our mountains. And the first book has these people get involved with a moonshiner, and it goes up to the mountains of North Carolina, and there are actual places that you can go visit. So, and I was just going to do that one, and it sold out, and then people started fussing at me because I was going to let the characters disappear. They loved the characters, so I wrote another one called Trouble in Love Valley, and it's a continuation about 4 years later.
Cotton Ketchy has now finished his 3rd novel with the same basic characters and has ventured into children's books. He says finding a ready market for his talent has been unexpected.
I never dreamed I could make a living doing what I'm doing. Vicki and I travel. We have driven to all 48 states and 7 provinces of Canada doing our photography. We've driven to all 100 counties of North Carolina taking pictures and trying to save a lot of the landmarks. I did all the lighthouses on the Outer Banks of North Carolina in pencil and in color prints and watercolors. I was encouraged to go down there to preserve them, because the man who told me about them said, we're losing our landmarks. He said, you need to do this. You need to help preserve our heritage. So that's what I do. I'm trying to preserve North Carolina's heritage and the heritage of Americana, which is disappearing so rapidly.
As you might expect, given his passion for preserving heritage, Ketchy is an inveterate collector. He's interested in folk pottery and also has purely functional pieces dating back to the period between 1830 and 1850. He and his wife Vicki sell various pottery lines in the gallery.
Well, I love to be with him anytime, night or day.
In pursuing all his interests, Ketchy has made a lot of friends. So it isn't exactly a surprise to hear him playing and singing along on his friend Stephen Brooks' song celebrating friendship. What? Did I neglect to mention that Cotton Ketchy is also a musician?
Anytime I need him, I just call. When I'm back in the corner, up against that wall, well, I guess I'm just lets it